Good morning, everybody. It is the 31st. It is Monday. Excuse me. I know I have not put in a video in a while because, well, let's just put it this way. On the days that I work, especially Tuesdays and Fridays, um, those are the days that I get truck in for work. And it's a couple 100 pounds worth of product. I mean, between the brisket, the pork butts, that right there, I mean, each box is a good 40 plus pounds to deal with. And we can get anywhere from 3 to 4 boxes, maybe more, depending on how much we used over the in-between time. That, in fact, there's other products that we have to put away, 40 pounds worth of, actually 80 pounds worth of special wood pellets for the smoker. Then there's like the sauces and the all the different things you have to deal with. So those days when I come home, I am bushed. I'm just all I want to do is sit back and relax. Unfortunately, there's things to do around the house that Jerry or Mom couldn't do themselves. That in fact, shouldn't say I'm the chief cook because Jerry Ann does help with what she can. She looks to me for guidance because a lot of the recipes come from the Northway book. And then, see, my days off lately have been Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So Tuesday nights, I might forget to either come in here and do a video, or I just don't make the time for it. But the last 3 days have been kind of on and off. Friday was truck day, and thankfully Friday was not that busy. But because of doing the truck and having to stand and move and do a lot of steps, it takes a toll on you, especially when you're almost 49 years old. You've had back problems for the last 10 years, and your feet and knees are starting to go south on you. My tolerance for pain is still pretty high, but it's when you get done with the day and the adrenaline and all the moving around is done for the day, and you come home. On my way home, my body starts to go, "Oh, good. We can now let you know how bad things were." Short of going to a physical therapist on a regular basis, I can only take care of myself at home. Now, I know a lot of you have said quit self-diagnosing yourself or self-medicating yourself or whatever. These diagnoses that I have are not self. They're actual from doctors. The thing is I have not seen a mainstream, shouldn't say mainstream, that's the wrong word. I have not seen a chiropractor or anybody of that caliber in a while. I can't remember how long it's been. Most of my so-called self-diagnoses are either things that doctors have already told me, or because my mom has a ton of medical books from when she was a medical transcriptionist, I have enough reference material to make a proper conclusion without a doctor. I might not be able to go out and get medication because I can't write my own prescriptions, but I have enough knowledge to do home remedies and home we'll just say bandages, because that's basically what medication really is just a bandage. Once the body starts to head south, basically, there is no quick fix or permanent fix or anything more than a bandage. Unless you can, well, I'm learning that a lot of the foods that I've been eating are kind of like, they're not really permanent fixes, but they are semi-reversals. One of the things I learned is the more protein you consume, the easier it is for your body to recover while you sleep. Now, the one thing that it does not tell you, or I have not learned yet, is even though you're eating enough protein to help your body repair its damages to the muscles and whatnot, if you have a old or uncomfortable bed, you're going to wake up hurting like I did this morning. My back and kidney area, it's not the kidneys themselves, because I'm having proper kidney function. It's just that general zone, that general area. And I'm thinking it's because of the fact of this bed that I'm sleeping on is so old, it's got a divot where my hips go. And if I sleep on my side or back for too long in that divot, I wake up hurting if I went to bed hurting. So, you know. But as for the diet aspect of my life, we're doing pretty good. We had, in fact, I have a picture of it. I'll put it at the end of the video. A meal called Citrus Chicken, and it's basically roasted sweet potatoes with just olive oil, and the chicken it's roasted chicken or grilled, however you want to put it. You cook it on the stove. I guess it's grilled. With red onion, orange juice, lemon zest, and honey. And sliced garlic that you can basically fry up or cook up on the stove. And once everything is done, you serve the chicken on a bed of arugula, or what we had last night was actually arugula and baby spinach. Arugula is an interesting looking leaf lettuce. Now, if you know what arugula is, you'll know what it looks like. But it looks like a jagged, double-edged leaf, basically. That's the only way I can describe it. But we had that last night, and then I'm gonna go back. That was last night. I'm gonna jump back to Saturday. Saturday, it was kind of a slow day, which was surprising because most Saturdays are very busy. But Sunday, yesterday, that was a busy day. We got slammed for about 3 hours straight. No, more than that. 3.5 to 4 hours straight of just busyness. We were, excuse me, we were struggling to keep dishes done so we had enough trays for incoming people, let alone running around trying to keep our food wells full. So it was a busy day. So I'm glad to have today off. Now I have things that I have to do because it's just, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because if I don't do it, I won't have clean clothes for work tomorrow. So I have to do laundry. And whatever we do today is basically on a whim, because, well, I'm going to go back again. I'm sorry if I'm jumping back and forth. Saturday, I don't know what came up. Saturday, I don't know what came over me, but I had I don't want to call it a meltdown, because, well, in a way it was a meltdown, but I got really depressed really quick. And don't exactly know what caused the full breakdown and whatnot, but the weather around here, the weather around here has been gloomy as all get out. Just overcast and dreary and depressing. And then yesterday it was dreary and depressing again, and Jerry had a bit of a breakdown from depression, and we don't know exactly where it came from. I know mine probably was spurred on from a combination of some really funky dreams and whatnot, and I had them again. I had them again last night, but I think what got me the most was the factor that Friday night we had a chicken dish, and the chicken dish was basically it was just grilled chicken, but it had a side dish of sliced pear with pecorino romano and honey, and then another side dish where it was rice, sliced grapes, and mint leaves. Now, this is a dish that we've had before, me and Mom, anyhow. Jerry didn't really have it, but it caused a. Now, we don't know if it was the grapes or if it was pear and honey or a combination of the two, but it spiked Jerry's blood sugars. And I didn't think it would because of the factor of the way it was made, but you got honey and pear, and then you've got grapes. Now, grapes alone are basically, as someone described them, little balls of sugar. And then you've got the pure honey plus the pear. Now, it spiked her blood level to the point where it freaked me out because I thought something was going really bad because she was getting. If you're a diabetic, you understand the either the spike or the sugar crash. Either one of them is not really good for you because it either dips your sugar levels way too low and you need to eat something sugary, or it spikes your sugars so high that you need to eat something to counterbalance that. And we couldn't figure out a counterbalance. So her sugars were high, and she was getting that lethargic type. I don't know how to describe it because I'm not a diabetic, but if you're a diabetic, you know what it feels like to either have a sugar crash or a sugar spike, where you just feel ill, is the best way I can describe it. And I don't mean just ill as in you're going to throw up or something like that, but ill like in deathly, just feel like death warmed over. You just get lethargic, you get very tired, you get like dopey, is the only way I can describe it. But it had me really, really concerned. So the next day, having to go to work and dealing with work as I did, I've only had one other person die on me because of diabetes, and that was my dad. I wasn't going to see it, and I got freaked out. Anyhow, so that's what happened Saturday, and then Sunday was Jerry-Ann's little episode of depression, and she's not 100% sure where it came from. I have a feeling, because she said it's been a 2-week build up or something like that, which I tried to figure it out, and I'm like, about 2 weeks ago is about the time she came home, and things started changing in such a fast forward, blinding speed type fashion that I think it just got to her, because things were like rapid change and whatnot, which a lot of people who are not used to things changing in such a fast-paced manner, yeah, that can be a little um, upsetting. But it is Monday. Yesterday we spent the whole evening just basically relaxing. We weren't trying to accomplish anything other than just to relax, because Drea doesn't exactly like to see me in pain, and who likes to see their spouse in pain of any form or another? I sure don't. Sorry, my hair is going to be very uncooperative. Because of the humidity and the raininess and gloominess, my hair has a tendency to just kind of go wherever. So yeah, that's what's happening with my hair today. But all in all, things have been going better. I mean, we are now at that stage where we've sampled pretty much 90%. Well, I shouldn't say 90%. I have sampled about 90% of some of the stuff that is in the Nordic book. In fact, as soon as I get off this, excuse me, folks. We have 2 meals that we're doing today, and then our dinner is basically going to be a fend for yourself, because we've got a lot of leftovers, surprisingly. Well, actually, not so surprisingly, because was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday we had not really a cheat day, but we didn't use anything out of the book. We had meatloaf. Now, meatloaf can fall under the Nordic Way book, because of the sides that we had were the meatloaf itself was protein with a little bit of carbs, because we decided to do something different. You know how most folks will use breadcrumbs for their binding agent within meatloaf. Instead of breadcrumbs, we actually took, and we found out pork rinds. Pork rinds are very healthy for you. So we took a bunch of pork rinds, and just plain pork rinds, smashed them up into basically a crumb, and threw it into the meatloaf. And it actually turned out pretty good. And then we had cauliflower rice au gratin for a side. That's a lot of carbs right there. Well, not just carbs, but they're good carbs. And then we had green beans. Green beans with bacon. And that's actually found out that there's a recipe online for a Nordic style, or is it Swedish style? I can't remember. Meatloaf. Now here's the kicker with that meatloaf. We did it the way this recipe suggested, which was basically do a lattice work of bacon on top of your meatloaf and cook it. Yes, it was sinful yet delightfully delicious. But anyhow, today's 2 meals out of this book, the breakfast, which I got to cook here in a little bit, calls for crisp bread, which we actually bought some crisp bread with cottage cheese and cucumber and either a hard-boiled or poached egg. Now, I'm not a big poached egg person. One, I've never really had poached egg, so I'm willing to try it. Yeah, here it is. Crisp bread, sliced cucumber, large egg, poached or hard-boiled, 2 tablespoons worth of cottage cheese, and pepper to taste. That's going to be our breakfast. Sounds interesting. I'm willing to try it. I haven't had it yet, so. And then dinner, or not dinner, excuse me, dinner is basically finished. So lunch, me and Jerry are going to try a chicken and vegetable salad. Now, some of you are probably like, why don't you just go out and buy chicken salad and add your own vegetables? Well, the reason for that is, oops, went too far. It's a different type of egg and chicken salad. Egg. It's not chicken. I'm sorry. It's egg and vegetable salad, and it's on rye toast. And basically, you need skyr, which is a Scandinavian type of yogurt, or Cheater's skyr. Now, Cheater's skyr is basically you take low-fat yogurt of any kind, put it in a cheesecloth put the yogurt in the cheese in a cheesecloth, put the cheesecloth on a strainer in a bowl, and set it in your refrigerator overnight. And then what you do in the morning time is you pull it all out and you basically squeeze as much liquid out of the low-fat yogurt. And then what you have left in the cheesecloth is supposed to be Cheater's skyr. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Skyr? SKYR. Curry powder, seedless English cucumber, a green bell pepper, 2 florets worth of cauliflower, 1 small red onion finely chopped, a sour dill pickle sliced. Might have a dill pickle, I don't know. 2 large eggs, salt and pepper to taste, and then 2 slices of whole grain rye or whole grain pumpernickel toasted. And you basically turn that into a salad. But one of the things I've got to try to do later on this evening, hopefully it doesn't cause too many problems because I can't be in here all morning because I got to make breakfast and do a few things, but I've got to come in here and try to do up recipes for the week. So that's basically that. Sorry, I kind of, my brain is all over the place this morning because I've got so many different ideas of things I want to do. But all in all, things are going good. I mean, I might not seem to have a lot of energy like I did before Jerry Ann came home. Jerry Ann is not the cause for my lack of energy or however you want to put it from before. What's the old saying? The cat's away, the mice will play. Well, in my case, it wasn't the factor I was playing. It was the factor that I had more time to myself to do whatever I felt like doing. And that energy was what you guys were seeing coming out of me because I didn't know what to do with the energy. Clean, work on the house, do my own thing, that kind of stuff. Jerry doesn't suck energy out of me. Jerry doesn't bring me down or cause me to look like I have no energy, because that's not the case. The case primarily is when I do videos when I first wake up, I'm waking up. You're not seeing the energy. when I do videos in the evening time, it's usually after basically doing a lot of stuff that either A, I didn't know needed to be done around the house, or B, work. I mean, how many people come home from work and just like, especially if if your job is manual labor, you're not at a desk. Basically, you don't have a desk job. You don't have a job where you're sedentary. Basically, you use a lot of energy. I mean, I can basically have a protein drink and a hard boiled egg, or a fairly decent sized energy packed base breakfast with a lot of energy foods. And by the time I get home, that energy is gone. I mean, literally gone. Because, and not that I'm not complaining about my job. Please don't take this as a complaint. My job is physical. I am on my feet for 6+ hours a day. Now that school's back in session, we are busier than we used to be. So I don't get to come home early, which is great because then I earn the money that I need from that job. But it is physically demanding. There is very little to no time for breaks. And literally, if we get a break, it's like a 5-minute, go to the back, take a drink, take a breather, come back up front and start doing more work. It is physical. I mean, literally, I am not counting the boss, but I am 1 to 2 people during my shift running around trying to clean, prep, serve. So there is no, lately, especially on the weekends, there is no sitting down. There is no, I'm going to go take a 15-minute break. No. So it is very demanding. Now, is that allowed here in Missouri? I don't know, because Missouri is a right-to-work state. So any job, any company, any place that you work here in Missouri, especially out in the country, I don't know about the cities, but they have the right to fire you on the spot for whatever reason, and they can make up a reason, which has happened twice since I've been here. But anyhow, I want to end this video on a positive state. And that positive state will be, I know a lot of people say have the Bible. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll do a video later with the Bible chat. So I think I'll just, leave that for later. Like this afternoon, this evening. But anyhow, I'm going to leave this as is. I wanted to do the Bible first, but I think I'm going to wait and do that separately because that might be a extended video if I do any more. So, sorry. For those of you who may have enjoyed this, I'm glad you did. But if you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them in the comment box. I will deal with them as best as I can. If you're new to my channel and choose to become a subscriber, you can hit the subscribe button. And then a bell will pop up. You can click on that bell and YouTube will let you know when I have a new video. So until next time, God bless. Good day. Enjoy. Bye.